Hi Scorpio, Trishna here. Welcome to your February 2020 love reading. So what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio, from an intuitive perspective is I feel like your relationship is actually going well. Like mentally, I feel like you understand that there are good things in your relationship and your partner is really trying to show up in the best way that they possibly can. They are trying to do their best. Mentally, I feel like you understand that, but emotionally, I feel like you don't feel very connected to your partner and you're still questioning maybe their intentions or their feelings or the future of your relationship and how things are going to go or their commitment or their interest or something like that. And because so you understand mentally that there's good things in your relationship, but because you're not really feeling that right now, I feel like what you're trying to do is you are trying to slow down your thoughts or you're trying to maybe emotionally distance yourself from the situation or from your partner. When I say slowing down your thoughts, I feel like you may have you may be trying to not think essentially about your relationship or what's going on or what your feelings are about the relationship. You're trying to basically create a separation between what's actually going on and your thoughts about it and yourself. You're trying to step away from maybe the over analyzing or the over feeling or the over everything essentially. And I understand doing that, Scorpio. Like sometimes we want to protect ourselves, sometimes we want to distance ourselves from our negative thoughts so that we don't create negative realities. But Scorpio, I kind of feel like when you do this, you are creating distance not only between yourself and the situation or between yourself and your own thoughts, but you're creating a distance between yourself and your partner as well. And I feel like your partner is going to notice, and maybe your partner deserves to be put out in the cold, maybe they don't, but either way, whether or not they deserve that or not, like deserve being under a little hot water or something like that, I feel like the end result that will materialize from this, if you continue on the path that you're currently on right now, is that you're not going to enjoy the outcome. You're not going to be happy with how things turn out. You're creating a space that's going to create issues for yourself that you won't be happy about when those issues start to materialize. So, Scorpio, what I would do instead is you understand the law of attraction, you understand how the universe works, you understand that just because you ignore something, it doesn't mean that those feelings aren't there anymore. If anything, they're they're growing because you're not paying attention to them, you're not managing them. It's kind of like if you have a garden and there's a bunch of weeds in the garden, if you ignore the weeds, they start to grow more weeds. So you understand this. So I think that really the best approach is to not distance yourself from the situation, but rather to maybe find more connection in the relationship, or probably as well something that you should do is shift your beliefs, because they're like the weeds. If you have beliefs that aren't really geared towards a reality that you want, the beliefs are just going to embed themselves even deeper and they're going to grow and kind of spread. And so I think, Scorpio, that even though I feel like you don't feel like doing this, you don't feel like putting in the energy work at this point in time, or maybe you don't feel like putting it into this relationship, I feel like you really should. That, usually the thing that we least want to do is the thing that we need to do the most for our benefit. So, Scorpio, I feel like you should work on your belief system. You should work on changing your perception about things for the positive, for the better, seeing things in a more positive light with a better mindset. Now, I don't know if you want to stay with your partner. I feel like deep down you actually do, but for some of you, I feel like maybe you've convinced yourself that maybe you don't. Maybe you feel a little bit tired of being confused about the situation. You feel tired of your relationship being really muddy and unclear, and you feel like you're just kind of exhausted by the whole situation. And maybe sometimes you think, like, I could be with somebody who doesn't make me confused. I could be with somebody who doesn't confuse me. I could be with somebody who is a better fit for me. So these thoughts may be creeping in for some of you, but I feel like deep down you actually do really love this person and you would really like to continue being with them, but you are split. You are split between the mental aspect and what you truly want inside. So I feel like you're split in a lot of ways. Like, you're split in terms of what you want in this relationship. Mentally, you think sometimes you don't, but deep down inside, you actually do. You feel a lot of comfort with this person and you feel really connected to them deep down inside. And then you're also split in terms of your perception of this relationship. Mentally, you're like, yeah, there are some really good things. Mentally, I understand that. Mentally, I feel like this is a good partnership. it's a healthy one. It's one that maybe needs a lot of growth, needs a lot of work, but it's a good one. But emotionally, you're not feeling very connected to it. You have your doubts, you have your insecurities about where things are going to go and how this person feels about you. By insecurities, I don't mean that they are unwarranted. I just mean that you have uncertainties, really. So, Scorpio, I feel like regardless of what you want or maybe that you think that you want at this point in time in your relationship, I feel like it is to your benefit to change your belief system to something that is more positive, because even if you decide that you don't want to be with this person at some point, I feel like that's not the decision you're going to make. But even if you did decide that, you want to make sure that you are in a positive place so that you are ready for your next partner and so that you don't have as much healing work that you have to do because your belief system is already hardcore set in a really good way. So, Scorpio, either way, I feel like the guidance for you is to do the manifestation work, do the law of attraction work, really focus on your beliefs. And remember that thoughts don't actually create. That's usually what they say with law of attraction, is that your thoughts create, but they don't really create. It's more beliefs that create your reality. And your thoughts, when you think a thought over and over and over again, it eventually becomes a belief, and that is what creates your reality. So thoughts do create your reality, but only like the thoughts that you really believe or the thoughts that you're continuously repeating to yourself. So use that as kind of a guide on how to shift your beliefs. Think about what your thoughts are. Think about a different thought, a better thought, a more positive thought, and start repeating that thought instead until that becomes your belief. And then you can keep upping your belief system that way, and you'll create your reality pretty quickly if you do that. So, Scorpio, that is what I'm feeling for you with regards to the intuitive portion of this reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards, and we're going to do a tarot reading for the second half of this video. All right, Scorpio, so in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the top 6 cards over here, and then in the extended, we're going to cover the bottom 6 cards. I'm also going to pull additional cards, and we're going to look at the bottom of the deck in that video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Death card, the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So Scorpio, essentially what I'm feeling here with the Death card is I feel like there is a transformation that needs to happen that isn't currently happening. The Death card generally represents that there is a transformation, something is going to shift, something is going to change, and it's something that you foresee in the future. It's not very sudden. It's something that's a little bit more slow moving, but it is a change, and it kind of brings things to an end and opens up the opportunity for some really nice, wonderful new beginnings. But Scorpio, I feel like the Death card is something that both you, like, represents something that both you and your partner are going through. I feel like your partner is ready to transform. They are ready to work on the relationship. They're ready to work on themselves. They're ready to be better for you. They're ready to find ways to make you happier. I feel like they sense on some level, maybe not consciously for all of you, but all of them, at least on some level, sense that you could be maybe a little happier than you are, and they're not really sure why that is, but they really want to make you happy. And so that is a transformation that they would like to make. But Scorpio, I feel like you're not allowing them to make this transformation. I feel like you are holding them back. You're holding them back. You're really not allowing them to figure out what does make you happy. When they do something that should make you happy, you don't really want to show it. You don't want to express it. I feel like you're kind of, when you're like angry and you're in a fight with somebody and then they say a joke and then you laugh and then you realize that you're laughing, you stop laughing because you want to show them that you're mad. And it's like, I'm not happy, there is an issue here. So I feel like you're kind of stuck in that energy where they're trying to do their best, they're trying to show up for you, they're trying to make you happy, they're trying to do different things, they're trying to transform and be better for you, but you're not really allowing them to do that because you're not letting them know when they're doing a good job. You're just kind of always portraying that they're not doing a good enough job or that nothing is really working. So there's a transformation that really wants to happen here, that your partner really wants to do for you, but you're really not letting them do that. You're holding them back from being able to be a better partner and to make this relationship something that is healthier and better for the both of you. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like essentially all of this is creating what is really a half relationship. I feel like your relationship is not very full, and that's because you have created this barrier that it's like your partner is not really allowed to go beyond, they're not allowed to go past. You've created this distance, like we talked about in the intuitive reading, that they just can't penetrate. And so your relationship has now become really half of a relationship. It's not really a complete relationship. And you're really limiting your partner, Scorpio, from being able to make you happy. And the only way around that is to observe what they're doing in their attempts to make you happy and to encourage them and to allow yourself to be open to that. I feel like you're really guarding your heart, and that's why you're not letting them know that like you're doing some of the right things, or like you're not allowing the right things that they're doing to make you feel warmer or more comfortable or more safe. So I feel like there is some trust work that you need to do here, Scorpio. Like when they're putting in the effort, I feel like you need to put in the effort to trust them, to believe them, to do your part and warm up to them as well. So Scorpio, make sure that you are. So I guess another aspect of there being half a relationship is that they're the ones that are meeting you halfway, but you're not moving halfway either. And I feel like that's really important for your relationship. And I think that if you do that, Scorpio, that your relationship is going to turn and blossom into something really beautiful and amazing. But you have to make that halfway step, otherwise it's just going to stay the way that it is. So I feel like there is really good potentials for your relationship, Scorpio, but you got to make that leap. And I know that it's hard. I know that it hurts. I know that it's an emotional journey and it's not easy, but I think it's worth taking the leap to see how amazing a relationship can become if you make that leap. I think it's really worth it to do that. I think there's something really good that the two of you have in this relationship. With the Page of Swords, I feel like this represents you. I feel like you have essentially, in some ways, given up on your relationship, and that's why you're not even letting your partner be the best that they can be because you've already given up. So it's kind of like you almost disregard them or brush them off or don't really care about their efforts because you have given up. You have entered into maybe a sense of self pity and no judgment, Scorpio. I'm familiar, I'm no stranger to being in the self pity mode, and I feel like maybe you're in there right now. And that's why you're not allowing them to make you happy because you kind of want to be miserable. You want to feel sorry for yourself, something like that. And again, that's not really going to serve you, Scorpio. There's something really beautiful that you have here. Don't let it go. At least do your part and meet them halfway as well and see what happens. I believe there's going to be a lot of beautiful things blossoming, but you won't ever know unless you try. With the Queen of Pentacles, I think that this represents you. I feel like this is you essentially not allowing yourself to relax in the relationship, not allowing yourself to take off your mask or to put your guard down. I feel like your partner is trying to make you very happy, is trying to give you gifts, trying to show you that they love you, trying to be there for you, and you are accepting the gifts, but you're like letting them give it to you, but you're not truly accepting it with your heart. You're not showing any warmth. You're not warming up to them for their efforts. You're just kind of a wall right now. You're kind of a wall to them. And they don't know what to do. They're still going to try their best, but they don't know what to do. And again, I feel like there's no reason for any of this to be happening. I feel like it's a lot of really good. So Scorpio, I know I keep saying that, but really give it a try and see what happens. The worst that can happen is you realize that you were right and maybe this relationship isn't right for you. But really, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the case is that you're going to realize this is something amazing. I have something amazing in my lap right now. And I'm so glad that I met my partner halfway because now we can have the relationship I've been wanting that's always been there, but that I wasn't able to see because I had a lot of baggage around my heart or a lot of hurt around my heart or a lot of masks that I put on or a lot of layers that I created between my heart and my partner. And again, like I was saying, intuitive, maybe they deserve some of this distance, maybe they don't. Either way though, if you want to be happy, if you want to have a good relationship with this person or someone else, you're going to have to let go of a lot of those hurts. Because even if you moved on with someone else, you're still going to carry the pain with you. Like in the beginning of a relationship, it's very easy for us to forget about the pain, right? We think somebody new, brand new, like they're going to be different. But once we start getting comfortable, the same pain, the same hurts, the same baggage, the same insecurities from our past slowly start to creep back in and become a part of our new relationship, even though it is a new person. So that's why it's really important that either way, no matter what you do, that you work on your belief system, that you create a positive mindset around things, and that you really try to put forth your best foot in this relationship. Always put forth your best foot, because then you can never really have any regrets. Because you know that you tried your best. And if that didn't work out, then it's just because it's not meant to work out. It's not because you didn't try hard enough or you didn't do everything that you could. Again, I feel like there's very strong potential for a very beautiful relationship and positive outcome, Scorpio, if you make these moves. With the Ten of Wands, I feel like because you are putting up these walls and you're not being warm to your partner, even though they are trying to gift you and bring you all of these offers, that you're really making your journey to what you want, to your happiness, to your vision, to your desire, to your goals, that much more difficult. And it's like you're trying to achieve everything on your own. It's like you're trying to go the distance, go the journey all by yourself. And it's almost like you feel like you can't be with anybody else. Like if you feel like you must be alone, you have to be alone. There's no other way. But there is another way. You and your partner are a team, and maybe your partner has not been a good teammate in the past, but they're ready and willing to be a good teammate now. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is interesting because in the intuitive portion, I felt like if you didn't work on your mindset, that your partner would eventually give up on the relationship, and that would be why you wouldn't get the outcome that you actually wanted, because deep down you actually want things to work out with them. The Seven of Pentacles tells me otherwise, which I'm glad. I prefer positive readings. So I'm telling you the intuitive portion just so you know. But what I see with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like, you are giving your partner a real challenge because they are trying everything and you're not budging an inch. And I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, they're not going to want to just leave you because of that. They're not going to give up on you. If anything, I actually feel like they are going to be more interested and see you more as a puzzle or a mystery that they must solve. They're going to want to figure you out and want to figure out the relationship and figure out how to crack this tough nut that you are. So that is a positive thing, is I feel like your partner is very committed. As long as you are interested in being in the relationship, they are interested in being in the relationship and giving to you and loving you and doing the best that they can for you. So Scorpio, that is absolutely beautiful and wonderful to be with a partner who, no matter what you do, they want to be there for you as long as you want to stay. They want to do everything for you as long as you want to stay. So Scorpio, this is wonderful. I really hope that this is a good partner. Like, I feel like there's a lot of beauty there. I don't know what has happened in the past. That's why I'm like, I hope they're a good partner, because I don't know how they've been in the past, but I do know that they're all in right now and they want to be going forward, and that they really want to make you happy, and that they're doing the best that they can, and they want to continue to improve on that. So Scorpio, that is what I'm feeling for you for the YouTube portion of this video. If you're interested in the extended, we're going to cover the Empress, the High Priest, the Strength card, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. And I do see some positive cards. I also see some cards that we'll have to look into a little more intuitively. But that's what we'll talk about in the extended. So if you're interested in the extended, I will see you there. You can access it at www.patreon.com/Trishna. The link is at the end of this video, as well as in the description box. And so yeah, if you're interested in that, I will see you there. If not, thank you so much for watching. I hope I earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video on YouTube.